This will be fun. All right. We are just going to go ahead and get started. See if anyone hops in. This is kind of impromptu. $800? Yes. I'm already about 250 down. It's not too bad. What's up, Spy? What's up? This is very impromptu. Heyo. Figured I'd actually stream. I've been kind of dreading it. I don't know. I stream in Discord too much. I just enjoy talking to people a lot more than I enjoy talking to text on the... Yeah, this is Prot 12. Yeah, the Prot 12 world. So, and that's Prot 3, but, you know, it's an Elytra, so... Well, all the Elytras is an exaggeration, obviously. I say 800 in the description, but... Ah, I missed. But, yeah, I need 800 total for the project. So, he got me. He had the final laugh. So, I am going around like crazy. No, 800 is still a lot. No, it's definitely a lot. I don't feel bad. Sorry, I'm going to get rid of some of these. This is going to be my 12th shulker, I think, of Elytras at this point. I think I have one full one with me. What project? So, we can talk about that in a little bit. I think it's more fun to show than tell. And, I mean, obviously from a, you know, from a dramatic storytelling standpoint, showing is obviously better than telling, but we're inevitably going to run out of rockets at some point during this stream, and we'll have to go back home anyway. And when I go home, I can kind of give you guys an update on what I've been doing. But Jealous, I did answer about 250. At this point, though, closer to 300. But yes, so we are suffering in the end right now. Distant Horizons is super cool, though I think I've already more than quintupled my world save file size because it's generating all these chunks as I go out in the distance. But it does help finding these cities, and it feels better than using chunk base or something to you know, just get the exact coordinates. Even though chunk base, I wouldn't judge anyone for using chunk base for, you know, this many Elytras, but I think, oh, I've been here? Wait, what direction was I going? No, I guess I must have backtracked at some point. Lame. Ah! I'm using Distant Horizons. Voxy, on its own, it needs additional mods to be able to lazy generate chunks around you, right? Lazy is not the right word because that kind of has some implications that aren't right. But it generally, on its own, can only load chunks that you've previously generated into the, you know, the long distance rendering system here. But if you haven't been there, it actually doesn't really show you anything. So, yeah, see, what I usually do is I mean, obviously I get the dragon head. I also kill all the shulkers on top and inside, obviously. But the shulker on top, that's kind of the biggest tell, is I go and I just see that there's no shulker on top and I leave. Oh, there's one, even though it hasn't fully rendered in. Oh, I like how the the brewing stand renders in as a full block in Distant Horizons from far away. Why do I need all the Elytras? Well, need is silly. Let's just say that it's almost entirely decorative, which is really, really silly. I mean, obviously, it's nice to have backups for sure, but at the end of the day, no human being in single player needs this many Elytras for actual use. I'm just kind of crazy. By the way, this is a new computer, so I haven't got stream music set up yet, so I literally just have the game music turned on. Is it too loud? Do you want me to turn it down? Actually, I can't turn it up. It's maxed out. So I can turn it down if you want. Just let me know what you'd prefer. But yeah, we will keep going. Stream has been shared. Thank you. My render distance, this is 256 chunks at this point right now, I think. I did have it at 512 chunks earlier, But, you know. And yeah, I'm eating pork. I mean, steak, it has to be reserved for special occasions. Pork is fodder. You know, I can use it whenever, and it's fine. You don't want to just, like, you don't want to, steak is just, you know, it's for special occasions. It's meant to be savored. I'm on the go right now. I can't really appreciate a steak on the go. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it is basically a crime. You're right. But yeah, so been a lot of flying around. I actually had one of the baby steakins in with me earlier, and he was very engrossed in the process. Though he's mostly interested in watching me kill things. So it's a little I can't really entertain him playing without, you know, spending a lot of time just killing mobs. So he is at his cousin's house right now. Can I make this, please? It'll be so cool. Ah, almost. I've been getting a lot better at that, but I have not been doing very well today. It's crazy how rich you can get just by looting all these. I mean, I have, for my first trip alone earlier, like it was yesterday and the day before, I got more than a stack of blocks of diamonds. It's pretty crazy. Okay, well, he just disappeared. Whatever. We don't take it personally. Those of you who watched the Notch Armor video from a while ago, you'll be happy to know that I've learned how to find end gateways. See, there's another one right there. It's incredible. I'm so much better at it now. It actually looks really sick if you fly pretty high up with distant horizons enabled. Why? Oh, I'm technically not going straight south. Whatever, it's fine. Go even higher. What do you mean finally, Spy? And Famefire, how many do I have? I currently have about 300. So I'm almost halfway. But yeah, if we go into... Oh, God. I turned my sound off, but not my notifications. There you go. How dare my family send me messages? Staying in contact? Cringe. Let's see. Can I sometimes play on Donut, SMP, or 2B2T? See, my thing is just like, I hate Crystal PvP with my entire soul. And to be fair, you know, I am not good at PvP. So, you know, you can take that with a grain of salt, because obviously someone who's not good at it isn't going to like it. But, and maybe if I was good at it, I'd like it more. But I don't know. It's just not a fun playstyle to me. It's like, I don't know. I enjoy hitting things with sharp objects more than I enjoy making things explode with magic crystals. Honestly, if people really want, it would cause us to delay getting some Elytras, because I'd have to come all the way back out here. I am 40,000 blocks out right now. So I mean, I'm out quite a ways, but I can come back out. It just means that it'll take a little while to come back out here. But I can go back to base and give you guys an update first if you'd like. There's literally an end gateway right here, and right there. So I'll let you guys decide. Whichever I see, go home and show us, or, you know, keep getting Elytras. Whichever one I see the most of in the next couple seconds, that's what I'll do. I am a slave to peer pressure, so obviously. That is an interesting theory, yes. There's an interesting theory. Get more Elytras, don't go home yet. Only one guy's responded. Okay, I'm just seeing get more. All right. More suffering is demanded. Mended just said please. I don't know what the please is for. Your vote won't get counted if you don't actually make it clear which one you're voting for. Show us, show us. So far, the more is winning. I can change my mind at any time, but it seems like more people... Wait, this is a ship, I think. I think that might be a ship. It looks like one. No, it's... Oh, wait, that's one. So I was right and wrong at the same time. Now, please, can I look cool? Oh, that's satisfying. I look so cool when I do that. Okay. That was a clean one, too. Actually, I'll go ahead and just slap that in there. Take the chest. Free chest. This is the world with all the spawners. So, it's not something I made super clear when I was making the Prot 12 and the Fortune 5 videos, but rather, for context, there isn't really a convenient way for me to have got those items into my main world without losing all my 3 million levels. And if I had known in advance about Prot 12 and Fortune 5, I would have done it differently so that I could get all of them and get 1 million levels without using like MCA selector or something. But I got 1 million levels and then I figured out Prot 12 and I missed again. Then I figured out Prot 12 and Fortune 5. So I did those videos and I MCA selected those items in. So I just didn't make it clear in those videos. So yeah, I've got, is he out of the room? Okay. I've got it in my ender chest, I believe. Yeah, it should be in here. I got my Fortune 5 pick in here. Well, one of them. I have two. I have a backup at home. But, how? You're not even here. But, anyway, so I have basically all the videos I've done recently. They've all kind of been branches of this world. And so this is absolutely my main, if it's confusing for anybody. Okay. Is it Donut SMP? No. This is my single player world. I'm just, that'd actually be crazy to get that many. I don't know the current market valuation of Elytras on Donut SMP. I feel like it was something like 300 million last I saw, though I don't play on there, so I could be completely off. Show my armor. Protection enchantment level 12. It looks really stupid in vanilla without like some kind of texture pack, because they you know, the games what's it called? This is the one I was just at. I'm an idiot. Okay. The game's Roman numeral number converter only goes up as high as 10. So if I'd gotten Prot 10, it would be Prot X, which would be really cool, but for the video, I decided to be cooler to just max it out. I'm currently on, if you can see it at the top of the screen, 1.20.4. So this is the version right before 24W11A, which is a very important version for a lot of the glitches that I do. So we're doing a lot of stuff right before then, so that we can take advantage of as much as we can with the glitches later on. 400 million doesn't surprise me. I feel like they were like 1 billion at one point, but the value's gone down. I could be wrong. I don't really play it. I do at one point think I played on it, but yeah, it's just like, I don't know. As soon as I see people, it's just like end crystals everywhere, and I don't know. I don't like things blowing up. Yeah, it's not Voxy, it is Distant Horizons. Voxy's good. I just, you need a lot of add-ons for Voxy to make it so it loads distant chunks into the game that aren't pre-rendered. And I just, when I was trying to figure things out, I figured out Distant Horizons faster than I figured out all those different add-ons, so. What do you think you play on Donut SMP? Yeah, I realized I misspoke there, but it was too late. I was going to say something different, like I think something else, but then I realized I was responding to the wrong question. But no, I did play on it way back in the day. But yeah, it just like wasn't fun. The grindstone glitch is the one I'm using in 24W11A. Yeah. All right, let's see. Oh, there it is. I have been doing some rating of the actual cities too, but it's it hasn't. I need to speed up the Elytras, man. Can you downgrade? You should be able to downgrade from 1.20.5 to 24W11A. 1.20.5 is basically 24W11A itself. Like I think 24W11A is like right before, so you should be able to do that. Okay, let's dump some of this stuff in here. Run out of space. Okay. Ah! Why isn't it going in? There you go. Ah. Okay. Got it. Now some more rockets. Inevitably, even if nobody wanted to go back and see the cool things, I would have to go back eventually because I don't have infinite gunpowder with me. Why am I on 1.20.4? Well, I mean, I could downgrade from 1.20.5 or is that? I'm confused. Were you the one who asked about 1.20.5? Now I'm reading and trying to do this at the same time. Oh, I missed it. I don't know where it is. But I'm in 1.20.4 because I don't like downgrading when I can avoid it. And if I stay here, I don't have to... I can get everything I need for 24W11A and then go directly there without downgrading at all. So, you know, there are some things that I miss out on by playing in a slightly older version. Like, there's no trial chambers yet in this one, I don't believe. But it is nice to not have to downgrade. It just feels cleaner. I need 800 Elytras, like I mentioned in the description. They are going to be purely decorative. I mean, obviously, I'll wear some, you know, but basically purely decorative. It's going to be awesome. So I'll show you guys everything I'm cooking up after we get some more Elytras. That'd be interesting and bad. I usually, when I just put all the Elytras inside of the shulker box, but generally, oh, that was clean. Okay. Generally, I put the, I keep one in my hotbar just in case that happens, so I can swap to something. But the nice thing, actually, about the way I've been doing this is that when you kill this shulker and you kill this shulker up here, you get just enough XP, generally, to heal up your Elytra most of the way. So long as you're not flying too far between end city ships, you don't actually really lose durability. 800 Elytras is 30 shulkers or so. Ooh. All right. How did you... Whatever. We won't ask questions. Man, this is a lot of loot. Very nice. I think I actually got 4 stacks of gold blocks from my last trip. That was pretty crazy. Yeah, obviously I could get around the difficulty with this by duping, but duping is just not fun. Like I don't judge anyone who dupes because they decide they want to save their sanity. I think that's understandable. It's just less fun. Like I don't even look at it from like a purity standpoint. It's just less fun, period, to me. Like I'd rather suffer for a little bit. Plus, honestly, like doing stuff like this is pretty relaxing, I think. Like it's just fun. Part of why I'm also pretty slow to build farms, even though that's obviously not anywhere close to the same thing as duping. I just enjoy doing like the manual labor for some reason, and obviously this is manual labor, like, you know, with me clicking, so it's not like calling it manual labor sounds pretty stupid, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Steve be doing work. What is this render distance? It is the Distant Horizons mod. So my render distance is 256 chunks right now. Yeah, no, I'll just have a lot less fun things to do if I dupe, so 100%. Oh, that was a clean... Okay, that was slightly less clean because I took a tick of damage, but still fairly clean. Oh, but he had the last laugh. Stupid. No, like, there are forms of duping that I accept, but, like, at the end of the day, the criteria is fun. The criteria isn't, like, you know, what's the most pure, you know, vanilla thing ever, obviously. Because, like... mining sand from a desert forever is just not fun. Like, but sand duping, that's cool. And you can do cool, fun things with TNT duping too. And again, that usually if you don't dupe it, it just means, you know, if you don't use any duping in the process of TNT, it just means that you're, again, mining tons of sand. And it's just not fun. So... there's no way you remember SB737 when he only had 40k subs. That's crazy. What about chunk regenning and ship over and over? I mean, all that is duping with extra steps. I mean, I understand it's like more technical, but at the end of the day, that is what it is, right? It's just duplicating a ship over and over and over and over again. And there's no way I make this. I was right. Okay. Thank you. But yeah, so I think it's cool. Like that one video where SB got, you know, bajillions of enchanted golden apples by chunk regen. I think it's cool, and it's like, I think pushing the limits that way is totally worth exploring in a video. I do think, though, from like a satisfaction standpoint, it's pretty much the same thing as duping for me. Though the extra steps do make it a little less dupey feeling. Oh no. I better get that in a second. I have seen that video. I actually, like, I'm pretty up to date on a lot of these methods, so I knew how he was going to do it just by seeing the thumbnail, but it was still pretty cool. I liked it. Sorry, I missed. Oh, what I think about Lightmatica Easy Place? I think it's cool. I mean, frankly, it just makes things faster, makes it less likely that you place something incorrectly and ruin a redstone build or something. It's way too easy to, I don't know. I've had this happen so many times where I follow what I feel like I follow instructions in like a video perfectly on building a farm, and then I turn it on and the whole thing like explodes in my face or something. It's super depressing, and I think that's just not fun. You know, I feel like being able to use Easy Place to guarantee you aren't screwing that up, it makes it more fun at the end of the day. Like, I don't enjoy the feeling of screwing up a farm. Is duping still possible in modern versions? New dupes are discovered and created all the time, 100%. Especially if you're on servers, because oftentimes there's vanilla duping methods, but there's also, you know, since servers run on different software oftentimes, there are vulnerabilities in server software you can take advantage of to dupe. So yeah, absolutely there's modern duping methods. I'm not familiar though, because I don't really dupe. Is it possible to get sharpness on a trident? I will be doing that. Not in, you know, this stream, but I will be doing that. Yes, 100%. Actually, it should be possible to get impaling on a sword, which would be sick. I haven't tested if it actually works on a sword, though. Sharpness will definitely work on a trident, though. Sharpness works on everything. Also, I wanted to say one more thing about Lightmatica Easy Place. Oh, dang it. I came back the same way. I'm doing it again. But oh yeah, Lightmatica Easy Place. I think also one thing you have to remember, and I think Mog Swamp says this pretty well, I've seen him talk about it, like, the part that's, you know, difficult about a Minecraft build really isn't, it's collecting all the blocks, it's not placing the blocks. Like, placing the blocks is like the last final easy thing you have to do. Gathering them is actually the hard part. Like, obviously it'd be way more cheaty to just give yourself the blocks than it would be just to make it easy to place them on the ground. So, anyway. Exactly. I agree. Impaling on a sword would be sick. I do think it's a little annoying that, like, underwater, sweeping edge doesn't work very well. I was fighting some drowned underwater yesterday because I was building a farm for drowned for tridents, and a sweeping edge just doesn't really work, and it's kind of lame, actually. I feel like that was my pickaxe. I feel like it should work. But whatever, Mojang. I don't know. I don't need to have fun. Explain sharpness on a trident and impaling on a sword. You mean like explain how to do it? You want the secret methods? The secret methods? No. That's not how this works. No. You watch my videos and give me, you know, give me praise and make me feel good about my. Yeah, no, we're not gonna do that right now. But believe me, can be done. Can be done. 100%. You can get Prot 5 on a Trident because it was in the game around 18W20U1A, but the thing is, all the versions that it's in are snapshots, and they're incredibly buggy. Like, really buggy. And so the game crashes all the time, and finding Tridents is hard enough in full releases because they're really rare, you know, rare drops. So I opted to avoid it this time around. It's just like, it's so much effort to find one, and the game crashes all the time. It's just not worth the effort, frankly. Because, I mean, literally not worth the effort since Prot does nothing on a Trident, obviously, but unless you could, like, put it in your head slot, which is possible in some versions, actually. You could absolutely put it in your armor slot in some versions, though it wouldn't have, like, you know, the armor toughness and armor points, so, you know, it wouldn't be as good as an armor with Prot 5, but you know. Going this way. We're going this way. Also, sorry if my voice sounds bad. I woke up with a sore throat this morning. Dang, I keep saying apologies. How do I come up with my exploits? I mean, I'm creative, but also there's a really great community of people who are really into discontinued features and really obscure bugs in Minecraft. And there's a wiki called the Minecraft Discontinued Features Wiki. They have their own Discord too, where literally all they do is troll through bug reports, old versions, test random crap, like, and they figure out the most niche, crazy bugs and stuff. And oftentimes, some of my best stuff has been putting different things they've discovered together in an interesting new way. Like, for example, I mean, notch armor, 12W49A had been discovered long before I did notch armor, right? Like I didn't discover that you could put armor, like enchants on anything in that version. That was discovered before I even started playing Minecraft, right? Actually, no, it was around the same time, but I was playing console with my friends and like, you know, when I was 12. But anyway, so that's been around a long time. The grindstone glitch has been known about for a long time in 24W11A, but I just like put them together in a really interesting way. So a lot of it is kind of similar to that, where the original idea is the creative thing I do, less than like I discover everything wholesale myself, if that makes sense. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I just say you got the pig PFP. Name is Janikek. I don't know, but I'm collecting the Elytras for a build actually. I guess that's probably the best way I can describe it right now. Ah, I missed. Dang it. El Aura. L for thank you, yes, thank you. I'm out of practice. Alright, I've got too many Elytras in my inventory now. Oh. That's the one. This one's gonna be full. Yep. Immediately. Alright, we'll put that with the other one. Oh, never mind. I already brought that one back. Got a new one. My gosh. Shift clicking is not working right now. It's I cut my finger yesterday doing dishes. You should never do dishes. My goodness. But you know those like julienne, I don't even know what they're called, but it's those things where you like put a green pepper or an onion inside of them and then you like smush it down and it dices it for you. You know those things? You imagine a finger going through that, and that's basically what happened to my finger while I was doing dishes yesterday. It sucked. But anyway, so I got a band-aid on my first finger right now. How do I feel about End Rings being removed? I feel like it's kind of lame. I mean, what were they doing to hurt anybody? You know, like it doesn't actually make any sense. Like most players didn't even go see them, but the ones who bothered to go see it thought they were awesome. So it just feels like ruining a really, really cool, epic feature, or I guess technically a generation bug that hurt literally no one and was really great for the people that liked it. So kind of seems like a bad idea all around, but it's Mojang. What do you do? Neptunam, I already had, that was my 12th that I just filled, so I beat that one a little while ago. Doing chores is incredibly dangerous. You should never do chores. If your parents say do chores, you can just use me as an example. I'm now a cripple. I have a band-aid on. Yeah, exactly. I was actually going to say that, but yeah, they are just like the Farlands. Said less laggy. Though actually, one of my friends, part of the reason the Farlands are so laggy is because there's a bug with certain falling blocks where basically they just kind of duplicate themselves endlessly, and it starts to create a lot of lag because of a certain way that they're... I can't, he described it better than me. But it just gets messed up, basically. But he modded it and fixed it, and so he went there, and it was completely fine, basically. But yeah, I'm using all the Elytras for a build, though obviously I'll keep a couple as backups for my... oh, that was pretty clean. I'll keep them as backups just in case something happens to the one I'm wearing. Because they'll all be... I'm going to make them all into Prot 3, obviously. I mean, well, what am I doing if I don't put Prot 3 on my Elytra? I mean, maybe build's the wrong word. Maybe display is a better word. I don't know. But whatever the case is, they are... What's the word? Excuse me. They're decorative is the word I'd say. So I think entity ID suppression will get patched. Part of it's already been patched. As of 26. You know, whatever. Part of it has not, but the original video that Mikorific made has, like, that method, a lot of it's been patched already. Which is part of the problem when you... I mean, you have to deal with this balance of, do I tell everyone about this really cool, awesome glitch and risk or guarantee Mojang figuring out about it and patching it? Or do I gatekeep it and keep it within the community so we who actually really do these things will have fun? And for a while, actually, for several updates, Mikorific and the other technical people in that community, they were gatekeeping it because they didn't want Mojang to patch it. And then it just came time to, like, hey, we want to share it. And so maybe they were worried it was getting out on its own or something, I don't know. But they decided to share it, and then almost immediately within a couple updates, Mojang had patched it. So That's just the rough thing about cool glitches like that is once you start having fun with it, Mojang notices. Dragon Neko, what is the level, dog? It is 3,050,586. It used to be higher, but I used up 130k of them. You'll see why in a little bit. Gosh, that took a lot more hits than I thought. You can technically get nether water out of that creeper face. Wait, what are we saying? Oh, I already have nether water, though. But, I mean, I use an older version bug, so... It's not the same as using end of the ID suppression and whatnot. This way. Oops. Well, that's not really what I meant to do, but doesn't really matter. Sorry, I missed this, Kimberly. Have you seen the Interlude SMP? I have not. I've never heard of it, in fact. Sorry, you just asked again. Good. I'm glad you asked again, because I definitely missed your first message. But yeah, I've never heard of it. Nachinam, did you use 12W22A? I'm assuming you are, like you did, just the way you're talking about it. But if so, that's sick. I did the math on how much I needed for the project I was working on. And then I went overboard. Like, I got 1 million, and then I was like, hey, you know what's really cool? 2 million. And then it became a problem because I enjoy numbers too much. The numbers are so nice. Orion, what's up? What's up? Oh, cool. Yeah, 12W22A is so goated. Oh, fetch. No. I just wanna go back home to the ground where I belong. Okay, let's grab that. And the dragon head. Woo! If a level 15 enchantment is discovered, very likely, yes, you could make Prot 15 armor with it. Though, I mean, there are existing methods that could get you Prot 255 already, so it's not like it... And also, obviously, Prot 12 is already way stronger than you really need to be. Prot 7 is really where protection maxes out, because that's the smallest Prot level on every piece you could need, where if you have no chestplate on, you'll still be at Prot 20, like 20 levels of Prot with your everything but your chestplate. So it's not like it would do much for you, but it does look nice to have such a big number on here. I'm the guy who sends these like 200 villagers in the meme channel, if you remember. I don't remember that, but I have a feeling I should have said yes, because now I think you'll probably do it again. Are you Creeperface, you said CLC. Are you trying to say cross-world commands? Because I think you can. I wouldn't do that. Technically, in the versions that cross-world commands worked well, you could get 32, like Prot 32k, but I'm pretty sure, if I recall correctly, that Prot levels that high, or any enchantment levels that high, get fixed by the data fixer in modern versions, so it wouldn't actually work anyway. My Utah, I said fetch. They're the only people. Is there only people in Utah that say fetch? Is that accurate? Am I just a weird person who says it? If that happened in hardcore, it's no longer going to be hardcore. Getting Prot 32k, I mean, again, it maxes out at realistically a 7, so it's not actually, you know, I mean, it wouldn't actually change anything, unless you're talking about something else. Wait, did I miss one? No, we're good. I think he's having too much fun just flooding the whole thing. I'm not sure if he's planning on making, on like biome stuff. He's a decent builder. He's pretty good at it. I think the technical challenge is the thing he enjoys more. So I'd be surprised personally if he decided to like make it an ocean or something. But we'll see. We'll see. Why didn't I get a stack of totems? I mean, I'm strong enough as it is. I don't want to make the game so easy for myself. But also a lot of the methods that give you I love how I'm upside down here. I don't really understand why that's a thing. Like, why not just have me standing straight up like I normally do? You know, it's weird. Whatever. A lot of the methods that you use to get stacks of totems, they are a little unreliable. Oftentimes they break. So, I don't know. Not that you can't get them and have them be stable. It's just inconsistent. And then also I've just got to wonder, again, going back to kind of my standard, which is, you know, what will make the game more fun. I think that losing the risk of death realistically, practically entirely, makes the game slightly less fun for me. So I don't know. I'd have to think about something like that. But it would definitely be cool. It would definitely be cool. Ah! Ultra Lord. Who win? Turtle Pot 2, Resistance 4 versus Prot 4? Well, obviously the first one. Resistance 4 is better than Prot 4, if I recall correctly. Even if it has Turtle. I mean, wait, even if it has Turtle, what I mean? Even if it has slowness, excuse me. Even if it has Turtle. Oh, man. I just shouldn't talk sometimes. Manur MC. What's my favorite project I've ever done? Honestly, probably the current one. The current one, I've been having a ton of fun with it. Because it's like, it's not actually a project. It's several working together. And I am feeling like I missed a ship here. Just looking at this, I feel like there's a ship here. So I'm going to go back real quick and just check this. But the current one is personally, like, by far my favorite at this point. I'm feeling it. A ship's going to appear. Yes, I was so right. Distant Horizons is good, but sometimes it just decides not to load things in. But I could tell by the stairs. My render distance is 256 chunks, so that, whatever, times 16 is how many blocks I can see out. It's so I can find end cities easier. It's very nice. I do have end portal frames in this version. Actually, here, wait. Bam. Proof positive. I used some of them already. But I do have them, yes. Obviously, I mean, why would I mean, how could you not get those? I mean, it's like, it's such a goated glitch. It's so easy, too, and it's so convenient. It's just awesome. Let's see. You're bored in your world, what should you do? Well, you could always get Notch Armor. Notch Armor is incredible. And completely not mostly decorative and aesthetic. It's legendary. Bedrock or Java? Absolutely Java. I mean, look at my render distance right now. That's just that. That's in and of itself. That's all I really need. I mean, come on. What about the actual inside? You mean the portal blocks themselves? I did get them, but I didn't end up using them for anything. And once you pass 1.7, I believe, they despawn. Like, they get removed from your inventory. So I didn't use them for anything, but that's only because I didn't have anything special that I wanted to use them for. And I have plans to do other things with portals later that'll make up for the fact that I don't have those items anymore. How do you downgrade a world for Prot 5 whenever you do it, do something wrong? That is kind of an impossible question, honestly. I used to have a video on this, but the problem is like depending on the version you're playing, it's such a different problem to kind of deal with, especially if you're in the more recent 26 and up versions, because they are really harsh on downgrading. Like, it makes it almost impossible. So I actually removed my video on how to downgrade properly. I'm so good at this. But I removed my video on how to downgrade properly because I don't think I actually recommend downgrading for it anymore. You risk so much, and you guarantee a lot of world corruption, let alone risking even more corruption if you do something wrong. You don't get a ton of benefit out of it, because if you're downgrading for Prot 5, you can't even use items that you currently have in your world because they can't be downgraded that far. So you're risking your whole world for the sake of what, really? Like, it's just, there's not really a benefit aside from feeling like you didn't use a external software. And dang, this music specifically is just ridiculously loud. I have to turn that down. So to me, I've just started recommending using MCA Selector. It's just so much more safe. You protect all the builds in your world, and you guarantee 0 world corruption altogether. So that's absolutely what I'd recommend. And let's see. yes, the notch stuff is absolutely insanely convenient. I've been missing them so much, especially like in a drown farm, because I need smite to do like insta kill damage to them, but I can't have multi, attack damage mod enchantments yet. Let's see. I missed a message here. Where to go? Do I want Mojang to add a new dimension? I think it'd be cool, but it's unnecessary. I think the game's great already. All right, see ya, Joseph. What do I think about the GTA extended look? I haven't watched it. Is that already out? I know it's supposed to be on Netflix, right? I have not watched it. Okay, that was almost cool. I was crouching, so I stopped myself. I think it's a shame that somebody felt driven by, what I feel like are poor decisions on Sony's part and Rockstar's part to only do digital. That they felt so driven by that they'd commit crimes. I think that's a shame. I do think that it's understandable, the frustration. I would not recommend to anyone that they should, commit crimes to try to stick it to Rockstar, though. I think you should stay out of prison. That's like rule number 1, okay? Like, stay out of prison. Like, because at least that way, if you commit a crime, you didn't get caught, right? Right? No. But don't commit crimes. Don't go to prison. It's pretty simple. I used, for Creeper Face, for the end portals, I used beta 1.9 pre-3 1350. At least that's the way it's formatted in the launcher that I used. It may be formatted differently, but there's 2 builds for pre-3, and one of them does not. Oh my gosh, he's just like, rapid fire, what the heck? That was 4 in like 2 seconds. But yeah, one of the builds does not actually give you the end portal frames, so sometimes you might load it up and it, will give you nothing, which is really lame. I actually think that's what happened to me the first time I tried to glitch out myself. I was like, the internet is lying to me again, but I was just an idiot and I used the wrong version. So, that's generally what happens when, MCDF glitches don't work the first time, is I've done something stupid. Robbie, why am I getting all the Elytras? I need them for a build, desperately. Desperately. They are going to be primarily decoration, also backup for the Prot 3 one that I currently have. Oh, you see, it's full health, guys. All I've been doing is killing the 2 shulkers on the ship that are in my way every time. And I've been keeping the Elytra completely full. You don't even need to bring XP bottles or anything. Am I going to make God Armor? Yes. What about end update? I just feel like the end is good. Like, and the thing is, how... It's going to be so difficult for them to update the end in a way that isn't going to piss everybody off. Because the people who like it the way it is aren't going to like it if the end completely changes. So they have to make an end update that kind of honors and keeps a lot of the same aesthetic and vibe as the current end, while also adding interesting and cool new features and items and potentially biomes and builds, like structures, I mean. It's very hard to do, and like, the Nether update is one of the best updates in the game's history, and it was probably the hardest one they ever had to do. Because that's a lot of pressure. Was the extended look bad? I'm curious. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never played GTA. When I grew up, we did not have any gaming consoles or anything like that. The only reason I played Minecraft when I was so young is because I had friends who owned it on their Xbox, and so us 3 would like squad up and go to my friend's house and we just go crazy. So like most of the time I spent playing Minecraft was at his house. So I did not get a chance to play GTA really. We didn't even get a gaming console in my house until I was like 18. So didn't have much of a chance. Does the version spawn you with the frames, or did it blow up the end portal? So it spawns you with the frames, but you can also blow up the end portal in that version too. The problem is you only have like a 40% chance of getting a frame when you blow one up. And since there's only 3 full portals in the world in that version, on average, you're going to get 12 portal frames if you blow up all your end portals, which is not exactly the most ideal, but oftentimes they break later. I can show you guys, but yeah, I did get them by spawning in. How much Elytra is needed? I'm getting 800. It's in the description. Will I be sticking Blast Prot and Projectile and Fire on the Prot 12? Yes, I will. Though I'm honestly kind of... I'm curious what you guys think, because here's the thing about Blast Prot 4 is, like, you get the explosive knockback resistance, so wind charges don't work anymore, right? And it's Blast Prot 4 on like Prot 5 God armor. It makes sense like on normal notch armor that I got last time, because with the Elytra off, you aren't maxing out blast resistance and, you know, whatever anymore. But with Prot 12, everything's maxed out already. So I'm only really interested in the other prots because they have additional buffs, like knockback resistance with blast protection, or fire protection has a reduced burning time, where like if you have it maxed out, you basically like instantly stop burning when you get out of lava or something. So I've been trying to decide, because obviously for completion's sake, having all of them would be great, but I don't know if I really want all of it, to be honest with you. What do I think about the Protection 12 videos? You mean people who are following along with what I did, like, you know, getting the armor themselves? I think it's great. I mean, the whole point of the videos I do is, I mean, obviously I want, you know, views, and I want to grow on YouTube, but also I mean, I want people to have fun and do fun and cool things, and it makes me happy to see other people do it, you know. And even if they get like way more views than me on it, I mean, that's just the reality. Is like some people might be better at YouTube than me. I mean, I'd say SB is definitely better at YouTube than me, and his notch armor video has already beaten mine in views, right? But I'm just happy that he did it. It's fun for me. So, and it is possible to get Prot 12 notch armor. Teddy Munda, I'm surprised you haven't seen my level before. I mean, I guess I haven't streamed in a while, but yeah, I got 3 million levels. I made a video on how I got 1 million levels, but I just, once the video, I completely flubbed that up. What the heck? But yeah, so I did a video on getting 1 million, and then I just repeated the process 2 more times. So I got 3 million. You can get Blast Prot 1. That's a good point. That's a good point. I mean, to be fair, also, I don't really know if there's a lot of use, like really a use case for me to need wind charges in a single player world anyway. It's not like I'm doing, you know, Mace PvP with people over here. It's kind of unnecessary. So, I don't know. It's not really like it's not like it's going to be a big deal, even if I get it. Secret Toby, is this a new series? What about level 255 items? That stuff will be later. I was a little premature on doing that because I wasn't going to be able to get to it for a long time, but I was just excited to get started on it. So, kind of got people excited about level 255 too early. But it's okay. Oh, yes, that was clean. Alrighty. Ooh, very nice. Can I say hi, William? Hello, William. William, what up? Ah. That accent is crazy, bro. Did I use an accent? IDK, what name YT? You're my biggest fan. That's good to know. I was wondering who my biggest fan was. I thought it was my mom, but I'll tell her that she's been replaced. I found someone better, and it is IDK, what name YT. So there we go. Now she knows. And she'll be like, there can only be one, and she'll find you. But it's okay. It's okay. She's really good at Facebook stalking people. You can ask literally anyone my sister's ever dated. Anyway. Let's see. Why am I getting all the Elytras? It is for a build. They're going to be mainly decorative, but they're also going to be backups for my Prot 3 one that I'm wearing. What if we succeed with Protection 12, Armor Protection 4? I'm not sure what you mean by that, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, I could obviously make lots of different sets with lots of different combinations. That was less clean, but still good. Love your vids. I like them too. They're pretty good. Pretty good. I should say, this is kind of funny. I recently got a new, I mentioned this at the beginning, but I got a new PC. Well, got a new PC. I had an old PC that I had built that really, really sucked. And I made it back when I was very... what's the right word? Illiterate when it came to PC stuff. I was just not very... Oh, wrong reaction. Here we go. I just didn't really fully understand how to build one properly. I didn't really have anyone I knew who could give me advice, so I kind of just threw one together as best I could. And it was really trash. It could play Minecraft at like 32 chunks in a single player world, but it was really rough. And so I was pretty disappointed. I kind of shelved it, and I ended up getting a gaming laptop later. But I recently, like it was about two and a half months ago, I was talking to one of my friends that I've gotten, tighter with, and he happens to be very deep into the PC game And I was talking to him about the. It came up that I built a PC, but it wasn't very good. And he was like, "Hey, what are the specs? I'm curious." And so I gave him the full list, and he was like, "Hey, yeah, the only reason that it sucks is because you have a really, really trash GPU. Everything else is actually really, really competitive. So I got a new GPU, and the PC rocks. So that's been pretty fun." Let's see. Bam, bam. Nice. Actually, while we're here, I might as well... Wait, that's not it. There it is. Slap these Elytras in there. There we go. That worked. You saw Protection for Success Elytra on Reddit. It is very likely fake. Or it was done in creative mode. Because here's the thing. A lot of people watch the original Prot 5 video or other videos, and they're like, hey, wait. I want to try it and see if I can get a Prot 5 Elytra or your Prot 4 Elytra or whatever. And they try it, and the problem is they always try it in creative, which isn't bad. Creative is very good for testing for obvious reasons, but what you really need to do when you're testing stuff like this is you need to give yourself the materials in creative, then switch to survival and test stuff out. That's how you obviously will be able to tell if your method works in survival, right? So what people generally do is they give themselves the items in creative, but in creative they test it. And the thing about creative mode is it has certain limits removed. For example, in the anvil, you can put any enchantment on any item in creative by default. So you can put Prot 4 or Prot 5 on an Elytra easily. So it's oftentimes people get very confused by that, and I've had to help a lot of people out. Some people have actually made full YouTube videos on how to get Prot 5 Elytras that I've had to talk to them about and kind of had to give them the harsh news that, you know, what they... Oh, that was so clean. I had to tell them, like, hey, it doesn't actually work in survival. You should have tested that first. Let's see. Sorry, I was blabbing. Trying to get notch armor in hardcore world with the diamonds take a long time. Finding diamonds in 12W49A or around those versions takes a really long time for sure. You have to cave. I hope you're not strip mining, because strip mining is just not very efficient. Caving is just better. So technically the features from 12W49A were only removed from survival. You could look at it that way, yeah. What do I think is better, notch armor or Prot 12 armor? I mean, I'd say Prot 12 armor is the optimal choice here. I mean, obviously you can get Prot 12 with all the other enchantments on it. I just haven't done it yet. I wonder when I'm going to do that. Question mark. See, IDK what name? YT. Oh, that's sick. Yeah, that sword's awesome. I'm going to get one of those pretty soon. Found a way to get items from the latest version of 12W49A. I mean, does it involve using external software? Because, I mean, I'd be very interested if you found a way to downgrade to that version without using external software and keeping all your inventory items and player data, but pretty sure you didn't. I'm pretty sure it was software. Should you try to get all the enchantments with it, Tadimunda? Are you talking about Prot 12 armor, or what are you talking about? Well, maybe hop into the Discord and try to explain to me what you did, because I'm very curious and skeptical. But, you know, I think healthy skepticism... Wow. Healthy skepticism is a good thing, so long as it's healthy. But I'm happy to be proven wrong if you figured out a way, for sure. Prot 12 notch. 100% you should get it. Worth it. Very worth it. Is there a way of getting Prot 7 plus armor without bedrock? Oh, dang, I just got sniped. There is not... Oh, actually, yes, but it's, like, way harder. Like, way harder. And potentially going to take 4 or 5 times as long. I would just recommend using the bedrock route that I demonstrated, honestly. And I'm not just saying that because I like it when people copy me. But I mean, literally, like, it's so much harder. If you want, you could hop into the Discord and some people could give you some info about it. It's a pretty well-known method, but it's like... It's still also niche and incredibly difficult, so I don't recommend it to everybody. Because not only is it difficult to set up properly, but even if you set it up properly, you need a ton of luck and RNG to get... Oh, no! Okay, we're good. Scary. Sharpness or strength? I don't know, honestly. I literally never use strength, and so I don't know what's better there, to be honest. You've been strip mining. Yep, no, the best way to get the diamonds is 100% caving. I feel like strip mining has its place, but it's 100% better to go caving instead. What I generally did is I would strip mine until I found a cave. I'd explore that cave, and then I'd keep mining, because oftentimes finding caves itself is just hard. So I kind of do both. So I strip mine and cave, and that worked pretty well for me. I got everything I needed pretty fast. It took me about 10 hours, though, even with that, when I did it. Let's see. Ethan Perry, if you're asking about the Pro 7 Plus without Bedrock thing, it is an April Fool's glitch, yes. And Jackson Frohog, I did say that. You are correct, but I am still going to get stronger armor. So I guess it's just, you know, my goals are beyond your understanding, man. I don't know. But 100% I am going to get stronger armor. I've confirmed it already. I've been working on this one for a little bit, so I haven't actually gotten the armor yet. You should make a mansion made of dragon heads. That would be fun. With this, I'm past 4 stacks. Oh wait, that might be a ship. Hold up. That looks like one right there. There was some sus blocks floating over here. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. It might just be a non-rendered section of this build. I'm really hoping it's a ship, otherwise I feel stupid. Oh, well, there was one anyway, but it was not at all where I thought it was. Let's look cool. Oh, we look cool. All right. I have actually... So the thing about Dark's mining cannon, it's really awesome. I've actually started using it in this world a little bit. The problem with it, though, is it blows up the diamonds, which, like, isn't bad, but you have to consider, you know, logically, here. I have Fortune 5, so if I mine them by hand, I get way more diamonds than I would if I just blew them up with TNT. I guarantee 1 diamond per ore with that, but Fortune 5, I could get 5 if I'm lucky from 1 ore. So it was not the smartest to rely on something that destroys the blocks itself. It's a little better, in my case at least, to get them by hand. So I've been using darks for netherite stuff. I have not been using it for diamonds. Yeah, exactly. You can get a ton of sets of notch armor. Like, I mean, if you get notch armor itself, it requires 21 diamond sets of armor. Like, for sure. Just because those all need to have the individual enchantments that you got in 12W49A. And once you get a set of notch armor, like a notch chestplate, you can turn all of the, you know, component chestplates that you used into notch armor too. Like the one that had sharpness on it or looting 3 or whatever. You can just turn those into notch armor and save yourself a bunch of time getting backups. Are there ways to get spawn eggs and spawners on vanilla Minecraft? Absolutely there are, yes. I will be exploring that as well in my, not this upcoming video, but the next one. And Puffs, I did see SB737 reacting to the Prot 12-bit. I thought he was very nice about it. I know he's not a huge fan of April Fool snapshots, which is totally valid. But he was, I think he handles it the right way, where he's like, you know, if someone has a different playstyle than you, you don't, like, judge them. Just like I don't judge people who dupe, you know. I just don't think it's fun, and I don't enjoy playing that way. It doesn't make me feel, you know, it doesn't feel legit to me, right? But I don't judge those people. Like, they can have fun playing however they want, right? And that's definitely how SB approaches it, for sure. So it was chill. He's very nice to just react to the videos in general, though obviously he's, you know, he's getting views off it too, so it's not like all like philanthropy or anything, but still very cool. Very cool to get on his React channel. Every time you see a YouTuber not do it, it pains me to watch. Sorry, I was reading and just walked into a wall. What are you talking about, Tiny Moon? I think I might have missed the context of what you're talking about. Have I seen Purpler's vid? I forget. Did he tour WaveTech in that video or Prototech? It was one of the two, right? I forget which one he toured. I have seen part of that video though. I think I might have watched all of it. I can't recall. 11W49A does work for spawn eggs, but I don't like using creative mode. You can get spawn eggs really easily in a couple versions, but the best one by far is 23W13A or B. It's an April Fool's snapshot for 1.20. And there are, one of the things you can do in that version is you can vote for certain new game rules to be added. And one of them is make X% chance of a mob dropping its spawn egg when it dies. So you can just farm spawn eggs from certain mobs. Now, obviously, it means that, hey, if I want a warden spawn egg, I have to kill a warden. But it's possible. You can make farms for that. So it's realistic to say you can get every spawn egg in survival. I think, actually, I don't know if Midas is still on here, but he actually made a video where he did that. Someone in my Discord. Make every component piece into a notch piece. Yep. Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah, see, it's just, I get what you're saying. Yeah, no, 100% everyone should be doing that. It is a huge waste of resources to not do it. Although it was Prototech. All right. Yeah. Ooh, a subscriber. Yasuke. I feel like that's an anime character, but I forget. It's also obviously just a name. It could just be a name. Oh, ship. Let's go. What's up, Pumpkin? Diamond, what's up? Oh, sorry. I keep reading chat and walking into walls. I should just, like, try to use my eyeball better. I don't know. But IDK, I'm glad you like the vids. I try to make them good. Getting better at it. Diamond, I'm good. I'm good. Woke up with a bit of a sore throat, but I'm doing better. I'm going camping later today, which is going to be super fun. Maybe I'll find another arrowhead. I found an arrowhead last time I went camping. That was sick. Ramau. Oh, hey, Ramau. What's up? I hadn't seen you. There will be a video about this whole process, this whole project that I'm working on, but obviously I'm still in the middle. Well, not the middle. I'm very much towards the end of it at this point. But, yes, there will be a video. 100%. Hey, GD. Oh, sorry, Yasuke, I missed that last message. I tried the version, but could you convert that version into a newer one? The world was stuck at the snapshot. You're being a little vague. I don't know if I really understand what specific versions you're talking about. So maybe you could be a bit more specific, and I could maybe help you a little more. Yes. Oh, your new headphones came, Pumpkin? That's nice. I'm glad they're working well. I'm still using, like... Actually, for me, these are pretty expensive headphones, but they were just like 50 bucks. And actually, they're earbuds, not headphones, technically speaking. So I misspeak. Well, Elytras... This Elytra will not have Protection 12 on it, I will say. These are all going to be backup beefy Elytras or notch Elytras or whatever you want to call them with Protection 3. But I'm not just going to slap them into a chest. I have a plan for these beyond just, you know, having them as backups. No, sorry, I was talking about my earbuds, Pumpkin, not yours. I know you said ear tips or whatever you said. You sound like your mom. I'll have to take your word for it. I never met your mom. All right, we're doing pretty well. We're doing pretty well. We're gonna fill out this chest of Elytra. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk. English is hard. I'm going to fill out that shulker in a second. And we'll be done with our second shulker of the stream. Hey, Shin, what's up? What glitch is the hardest / takes the most time? I definitely say the one that I'll be using for like Prot 255 will take the longest, 100%. The setup is enormous, and there's a huge amount of RNG involved in whether or not the actual glitch takes place. So it's a gamble of your time. There are certain things you can do to bring the RNG into your favor a little bit, but it's, you know, it's awful. So that's definitely the one that takes the longest. You forgot about Prot 255? I have not. I've just been very busy. Also, unfortunately, school starts back up next week. Though, for me, it doesn't really mean much because I've been doing school this whole time. I did not take a summer break. I just did school the whole time to graduate faster. So I'll be graduating. This is my last semester, which is going to be pretty nice. See you, IDK. Fun having you. Adios. Yasuke tried using the spawn egg spawner method. You couldn't open it in a newer version. Okay, so I've seen ways that people have been able to get those worlds out of that version. Frankly, I've actually tested opening that world in other versions, so I'm pretty sure it's just user error on your part. I think one thing you got to be careful of is when you're converting versions, you have to convert between versions with parity. It's the same thing as when you try to convert between Bedrock and Java. If you try to convert like a 1.16 Java world to like a 1.8 Bedrock world, it's just not going to work because those versions don't have parity at all. But if you convert, you know, a 1.16 Java world to a 1.16 Bedrock world, then you're chilling, right? So I think part of the problem you might have experienced is just you were trying to, you know, it was apple and oranges you were dealing with rather than like apples and apples, right? Okay, this one is basically full, so I'm gonna get a new valuables chest. Shulker, dang it. In the B version, you can get basically every item. Will you do that? I will be doing something like that. Yes, I can confirm. Bam. Snag that one. That'll be the new items one. Okay. It's more fun to watch it here. That's interesting, because I feel like it'd be... I stream in Discord a lot because I enjoy talking to people. And I mean, obviously reading people's messages is like, it's fairly close. But I enjoy actual human conversation. So I stream on Discord a lot. If you guys aren't in the Discord, you should totally join. It's the link should be beneath the stream. But I enjoy talking to people, but maybe it's not as fun. I don't know. Man. Okay. Stack of totems as a collectible. I was going to get a lot more collectible items at one point, but a lot of them just take so much time, and a lot of them aren't functional, you know? So I got some non-functional collectibles, I got some very functional collectibles, but there are too many fun, cool things that I want to do in modern versions to stick around in old ones for too long. I mean, there are some people who are just too committed to the collectibles to like move on. Like Puffing Fish is still in like 1.10, and he's been playing in that world for like 5+ years at this point. Like he's a madman, but he's missing out on all the new features and all the new fun things you can do because he's been in those versions for so long. And I couldn't do it anymore. You thought I was like early to mid 20s? I am early to mid 20s. I am 26, so I guess that's technically late 20s because it's in the latter end of the it's technically late 20s, but it's around mid 20s. Me extrovert staken. Maybe. Could be me lonely staken. Am I going to the ghost dimension? Not planning on it. It is cool, but it's like, you can't really do much with it. It's another one of those non-functional ones I was just talking about, where it's like, you don't really... It's just a cool thing you can do, but it's not like, what can you do with it? You know, it's just, it doesn't add much to my experience. Also, recently got a mini fridge under here. So my PC case is sitting on a mini fridge, which is super nice, and now I have cold beverages. Don't have to leave the room for a drink. Very nice. I'll absolutely do a video where I show how to get the items. Yes, Ramel. Romao, do I know about that one? I might have missed what you are referencing. I'm sorry. Been reading too many messages. I'll read that in the Discord creeper face. Clutch Builder, I'm on 1.20.4 right now. So I do get a summer break at college, but I opted to take extra classes to graduate faster. The thing is like, I mean, I took a light semester when I got married. I took a light semester when we had a baby. So I have taken a couple light semesters, and while that was a good decision at the time for sure, because like I wasn't sleeping because baby, but like that would have made school much harder. It did set me back a little bit in terms of my being on track to graduate on time. And I'm still slightly behind where I would have been, but at least I'm graduating a semester earlier by taking classes over the summer. So it was a good decision overall. Just, you know, it's not fun to not have a summer. Bro, I'm literally the GOAT. I mean, that's good to know, My mom would agree. The rare glitch that gives you a stack of whatever item you have if you craft a stack or something for some reason. I'm not familiar. There is actually a glitch that I'm aware of, though, where, like, let's say I have a pickaxe, like, these are both pickaxes, right? Well, normally you'd add these two together and you'd get a pickaxe over here, right, if they were both pickaxes. But one of them would get deleted, so you only get one pickaxe from it. But in the versions where they first added that functionality, they forgot to make it so it deleted one of the items. So when you put the two items in this crafting menu right here, you can just dupe pickaxes because the original items never get deleted. So it's pretty interesting. So you can just straight up get infinite durability items, however many you want. It's pretty awesome. But I didn't want to dupe for this video. But that actually would, if someone's trying to do notch armor and they're trying to get all the different armor sets they need and whatnot, it's a worthwhile thing to do, honestly. Are we going to see a video with Baby Staken? I mean, he's not going to appear visually, but there's a good chance in this one that he'll appear, because he was actually with me earlier today as I was getting Elytras. He enjoys watching me kill things, and frankly, actually, it's a bit of a... He gets in the way a little bit, because he's mostly interested in me attacking things more than he's interested in me, being productive. That's kind of the issue with playing with Baby Staken, is I've got to keep him entertained, and that means that I often get sidetracked by hunting down every mob he sees. So it's a little inconvenient, but... where'd he go? Okay, he's out. Bro, my fireworks. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I couldn't die in the void. I would never do that. I would never, ever, ever, ever do that. Yeah, go for it, Ramau. I'd be very interested to see it. Okay, we're looking south this way. Okay. I feel like one of these has one. That could have one. I'll check there first. But yeah, don't worry, Real Midnight Pixel. I will get more fireworks in a second. I'll land over here and hopefully there'll be a ship and I'll just make the fireworks in the ship. We'll see. We'll see. It's looking like... Wait. Hold up. Ah! Look at that. Dark Laugh. Gotcha. They all have one. He just removed that himself. He expanded into it and broke it. That's interesting. Well, yeah, I wouldn't bring it, Yasuke, I wouldn't bring it into the newest version, because that's, again, like I mentioned, it's a parity mismatch. I'd bring it into a 1.20 version, like 1.20.4 even, potentially, like where I am. That's probably a better place to go. Right, rockets is what I was going to do. Let's do that. All right. They all have one habit. I'm not sure what you're saying, Dark Lath, but I'll try to understand. You play 1.21.10. Honestly, 1.21.10 is like one of my favorite versions. Apparently 26 plus has been having, there's some like lag issues. I was talking to one of my creator friends recently. I won't name because I'm not trying to name drop people for clout, but I was talking to him recently, and he apparently has been regretting updating 26 plus because his world's become much less playable for some reason. Which is unfortunate. I don't know if it's like a Vulcan thing or something. Probably not, though. What's the maximum XP? I don't know what it is in modern versions, but it's not realistically obtainable in modern versions anyway, because like basically the maximum has changed multiple times. But with the method I use, where you could actually realistically hit the max if you AFK'd for, you know, a year or two, probably. It might be a little more than a year or two, but it'd still be a couple years of AFKing. You would hit the max, and it would be 126 million. That's the maximum for XP in 12W22A, which is where the best XP glitch works. So realistically, about 126 million. Now, with the method I used, it would take a really long time to do that, because I only averaged about 100k levels a day with my method. Actually, more like 160,000 levels a day. But there is a method that's a little less hardcore friendly, but it's the one that SB used in his Notch Armor video, where he got his XP from a dragon farm. You can build a dragon farm in 12W22A with some modifications, and with that, you could average 2.4 million levels a day. So, absolutely worth doing, for sure. There's actually a great example. If you look up Luke Skydragon, is a small YouTuber who did that. He got 12 million levels with it, and he just straight up made the Ender Dragon farm in 12W22A. He actually goes through some of the mods he had to make it work properly. Not mods in like the modding the game sense, but mods as in like modifying the farm. Would I play with vibrant visuals if it ever came out on Java? I don't know. Because here's the thing is, everything on Bedrock feels wrong to me. And I've only ever played vibrant visuals on Bedrock, right? Because that's the only place it currently exists. So my only experience with it has been on Bedrock, and Bedrock just is stinky. Like, I don't like playing it. So it may feel different when I'm playing it on Java, because some shaders are nice, you know. I'm not really the kind of person who would likely play with shaders on all the time. So I'd say the odds are I won't use it, but it really depends on how it feels when it actually drops, because when I first tried it on Bedrock, it was just not a good experience. But again, it's Bedrock. Temu Minecraft is a good way to put it. Maximum XP for modern versions, I should say. Yeah, I didn't really answer that question. It's like it's around 2 billion, I think, is right. Like Dark Laugh was saying. Well, hope we be alive by this time. I don't know what you mean, Real Midnight, but I hope we be alive by this time too. It sounds like something anyone could agree with. Interesting. Yasuke, look up. I could be misremembering. Look up what Java version is closest in parity with 23W13A or B, and see what Google says. Because it's been a while since I tried this, so I can't even really recall which version it was that I converted to. Bedrock is Bugrock. I mean, I think that Bedrock has its place, and obviously, like, Console Edition is slightly different from just Bedrock on, like, a computer or something. I love playing Console Edition. I wouldn't go back to Console Edition after having played on Java, but it has its place for sure, and my appreciation for Bedrock has increased as, you know, I find more fun things to do with it glitch-wise. But, dang, yeah, it kind of sucks. My marking end cities that I've been at. Not in a meaningful way. I'm just killing all the shulkers, so if I go to an end city that has no shulkers on the ship, I know I've been there already. But I'm just kind of flying in the same direction. I'm flying south right now. Well, I'm actually going west right now, but like I'm going, you know, I'm just checking this out before I continue going south, basically. But I've been heading south the whole time, which is why I'm, you know, 81,000 blocks out this way. Okay, there's a ship over there. So we'll go there, but we'll check this one first. Should you get Prot 12 Notch Armor in your survival world, or get it in a new world and transfer the items? It's probably safer to... Well, actually, this is one of the nice things about Prot 12, is if you just want Prot 12, you don't actually really risk as much as you would by trying to get, like, Notch Armor or get Prot 5. Because you can get Prot 12 just by downgrading to 1.14, which is a lot safer for a world than, you know, downgrading to 1.4, which is what's required for Notch Armor. So, it's up to you, really. Like, I think it's probably safer to do what Kolani did and just use, like, MCA Selector or whatever. But it's but it is easier to get just Prot 12. If you're getting Prot 12 Notch Armor, I'd absolutely use MCA Selector though, 100%. And Manure, I agree that it is easier to play with friends on Bedrock or on console. Luckily, I don't have to worry about that because no friends. That's incredible. Just kidding. But yeah, I don't really have anyone I play with, so it doesn't really matter to me all that much. Though there's always Essential Mod, and Essential Mod is fairly user-friendly. So there may be a file thing you have to change, like Clutch Builder is saying, Yasuke. I'm not sure. I can't recall if I did that when I made this work. So I could just literally be misremembering the whole process. So that's why I kind of told him to look it up, because it's been a while since I even tried to convert it. Because I mean, I won't be converting it when I actually do it, because I'll just be using MCA Selector, since again, if I try to convert between worlds like that, I'm going to lose my 3 million levels, and I kind of want to keep that. It's very nice. So, I didn't AFK for, 3 weeks just to lose it all. So when Prot 20 plus armor comes, well, I mean, Prot 20 plus is just going to be as strong as Prot 12, not any stronger, because Prot 12 already maxes it out. I have other ideas in mind when it comes to making armor stronger. I guess you guys just have to wait for the video. The amount of people I had in my comments of the Prot 12 video when I claimed I could make stronger armor who didn't believe me and were calling me out, man, those people, my goodness. I have secrets, man. I have plans. I'm not an idiot. Whatever. That's fine. Ah. Yeah, Prot 12 God Armor is completely obtainable without, without descending below 1.14 for sure. You actually could get away with it potentially without even bothering to use 24W11A, since if you're in 1.14, get Prot 12, go back to 1.14. 1.14 versions, you can combine Prot types, normally in the anvil. You just have to be careful about the order. So, you could totally do that too, frankly. We'll get 1 million levels, but my electricity isn't trustable. That's unfortunate. Yeah. I mean, that would just turn your computer off, right? I mean, it wouldn't... If you were using an Ender Dragon farm and your electricity was having problems like that, that'd be a bit more risky. But if you use the method I did with just like, the glitched XP bottles, you could absolutely, there wouldn't be any risk really to your world if, especially if you use backups. But there'd be no risk to your world if you happened to lose power or something. How far does my timeline stretch? Well, frankly, like, if I died, like, in the process of this video, my next video would continue on exactly... Like, all my videos would continue on exactly as planned. Because, let's just say this next project makes things very malleable. That's all I'm going to say. It would be very easy to continue without really, losing a step. Or missing a step, I guess, is the proper verbiage. I can always get Notch Armor in the future. Yes, you can. If you learn how to use MCA Selector, always. 100%. I will say, MCA Selector is incredibly user-friendly. I mean, I didn't even watch a tutorial on it. I downloaded it. I looked at it for a few minutes, and then I was like, oh, I get it now. It's like, yeah, it really isn't that hard. So, you seem like a smart person. Even a dumb person can figure it out. So, I'm sure you'll be fine. It's not risking the world, it's risking the understacked items. Well, I mean, I lost my understacked items fairly frequently. Like, I had to re-understack them all the time. But, I mean, that's not hard. Like, all you need is 1 TNT, a chest, and a flint and steel. And you don't lose the flint and steel, so you just need wood and sand and gunpowder. It's really not all that bad. So, like, if that's your worry, I would not worry about it at all. Yeah, Microsoft does... Microsoft does seem to have something against you, Yasuke. I don't really know what's going on there. Yeah, no, 100% go for it. Maybe get more levels than me. You should. You won't. It'd be cool. I think it's fun to get outdone by somebody using a method that I created. I think that's enjoyable. It's a little less enjoyable when someone just figures out a smarter way to do something that I've done rather than use my exact method. Oh. But still, it's fun. Happy to be outdone. What is understacking? Great question. Okay, I can demonstrate it basically, but what happens is let's say this shulker box is TNT, right? So you place the TNT, you place a chest, right? Then inside the chest, you place an item. Whatever item you basically want to dupe or understack, right? You light the TNT, and then you open the chest, and then you click the item in and out super, super, super fast, maybe even with an auto clicker. And there's a glitch in chest GUI handling in the game's data where it makes it so sometimes if the item was being placed or picked up at the exact right tick when the chest exploded, the game would think that I had taken the item out, and the chest would think that the item was still inside at the same time. And so what happens then is one of the items is normal, one of the items is actually a ghost block. So, like, if the item was actually in my hand but the chest thought it had it, it creates a ghost item called an understacked item, right? Where it has a negative number value, right? Like, if you look at this is 36, right? Imagine that has -2 or whatever, right? So the way Minecraft handles tossing items out is you toss an item out, it subtracts 1, so that's 35, 34, 33, right? But if you have -2 of these and it subtracts 1, the originals never disappear because you can't get to 0 by subtracting when you already start with a negative number. So anyway, it's just a method basically it's a duping method. And it's very useful for XP bottles specifically. But there's a lot of things you could do with it, obviously. Welcoming Carrot Monkey. I did just kind of explain the levels, but yeah, I AFK'd for 3 weeks in a glitched version with glitched XP stuff. And I got 3 million levels from it. So 12W22A. I made a video on it. But yeah, basically there's a version where leveling up is very, very cheap. And if you set it up properly, you can get a lot of levels very fast. Well, do they work? Are you talking about the XP bottles? Because yes, they do work. But it's like, imagine you throw an XP bottle into the air, it lands on your face, gives you the XP, but the original never leaves your hand. Does that make sense? What do you mean, like, maybe trade with villagers? Not sure. Shin, you're talking about Jeb saying F3 is cheating. Look at me. I am a huge cheater. It's incredible. It's just like, why even include F3 in the game if you have such a problem with the Jeb? Manure, do I have any hopes for Minecraft Live? Is there a Minecraft Live coming up? I didn't realize there was. I will say, I think having hope in Minecraft Live is a mistake. Well, that was clean. I think they do some cool things sometimes, but oftentimes it's just kind of disappointing. Like I can't tell you how underwhelmed I was with the Chaos Cubed update. Like the best thing, I think that's when they added the like, oh, what was it? It was like you could do something with Deep Slate, like turn Deep Slate into cobbled or the other way around. I forget, but they added some kind of stone cutter functionality that I thought was good. But other than that, I was just incredibly disappointed. Is using the launcher like Betacraft legit? It's a legitimate version of the game that Mojang made, but it just doesn't, by default, have it in the launcher anymore. For whatever reason. I don't really... you'd have to look up the reason why it's not in the launcher anymore. I don't think it's because Mojang was like, oh, it's too cheaty, we gotta remove it, because there's like crazy versions currently in the launcher that are just as cheaty. I mean, 24W11A is still in the launcher, and I mean, that's a huge glitches and problems in it. So, I don't really know why it's no longer supported in the launcher by default, but it's 100% legit. Yeah, I mean, like, it's not like you're just using a made-up version of Minecraft or something. It's a legit Mojang-coded version of the game that you can use to get broken stuff. So, if legitimacy is the issue for you, I wouldn't worry. How do you find glitches? I mentioned this before, but there's a large community of people who just love to share this stuff, and a lot of us inspire each other with, like, new things we find. So, a lot of what I do has taken a lot of inspiration from others, and I do really fun things with it that haven't been done before. Because it's like, you can take two things that aren't original, but then do something completely original with them, if that makes sense. Favorite drop? Like, game drops, so specifically not the yearly updates that we used to get, but just, like, the drops? It's a tough question. I don't really know. How many Elytras do I have already? I have, with what I have currently, I think I'm coming up on 350 to 400. Clutch Builder. Wait, what were you asking? Oh, you're talking to Teddy Moon Dicey. What do I want to do with all these Elytras? Decoration, mostly. Sharpness or strength? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that one. I thought I answered that. Oh, Teddy Mundo. Would using MBT Explorer to transfer inventories also work for notch armor? It would work. It's just like, at that point, it is essentially the same thing as creative. why not just like put in the extra work to do it legit? You know what I'm saying? Because it's not really not that much. Like one day of playing potentially, or a couple days of playing, and you have everything you need. You know. But I mean, it's a viable option. I will say that's probably the best way I can put it. It's viable. You could do that. I can't understand why you used understacking, but not max out as potential dupe diamonds for the notch armor. So here's my logic, actually, because this is something I had to grapple with. So if you think about it, almost every single XP farm in the game is a dupe, right? If you're familiar with the God Particle farm, it's a farm that basically you smelt millions of cacti, and then update suppress the furnaces so that you can break them, and the game thinks they're still there. You get the XP from smelting millions of cacti, and you replace the furnace and then break it again, and the game thinks it was the original furnace with all the XP in it, and it gives you the XP again. So, long story short, you're duping, you know, XP from smelted cacti, right? That's all that farm is. And most XP farms that aren't just literally, you know, XP grinders or like the armadillo thing or the silverfish thing, most of them are just, they're, aside from those, most XP farms are just dupes, right? Or glitches. Even Ilmango's gold farm that worked up until like 1.20, 1.21, that relied on a glitch too, even though it wasn't technically a dupe. But anyway, since I don't usually do duping, like I don't like duping items, but since already the meta for XP farms is duping, I was like, hey, you know what could I do with duping here? And then I realized I could use bottles, but I wouldn't be interested or feel like, I wouldn't have fun if I duped items. I had much more fun just mining the diamonds than I would duping them. Like 100% more fun. Ultralord, how to come up with protection 12? I mean, it's pretty simple. Once I learned that Bedrock does not have a native level cap for applying enchantments in the anvil, I almost immediately I had the idea. That's why if you actually look at my posts on my channel, I released images of Fortune 5 and Prot 12 in the same day, because Fortune 5, the reason that works is because of the fact that there's no cap in the anvil for applying enchantments, right, in Bedrock at all. And that's how Fortune 5 worked, and I didn't find that out until I was in the process of figuring Fortune 5 out for my video. And then I was like, wait, couldn't you just do this with Prot 12? And then I immediately tested it and figured it out. So I already knew about multi-shot 12. I already knew you could convert it to protection. Everything was there except for the actual application of the enchantment. And I figured that out in like one day without even really trying, because I was working on something else. Oh, I'll just take this whole chest, actually. Okay, so there's no difference in which one you would prefer. Sorry, I think I might have forgotten the context for what you're asking, the Rican kid. Between what I would prefer between what exactly? Well, there is a much easier method on Bedrock Edition. You'll have to... Is it like for XP? Is that what you're talking about? Taddy Munda, how would Prot 12 armor hold up against the Warden? Pretty well. I mean, it's pretty hard for a Warden to kill me, especially if I have totems and if I'm fighting back and if I'm eating. Like, really, really hard for a Warden to kill me. Though I will say, the sonic screeches or whatever, they do ignore protection, if I remember correctly. I haven't been attacked by a Warden in a while. I've avoided it. But if I recall correctly, pretty sure that the sonic booms ignore armor, like ignore protection. So you'll take the same amount of damage regardless. But from his like physical attacks, yeah, way, way, way hard for him to kill me. Ultralord, does it have protection 12 armor? Are you talking about me? Because I do. But I'm not sure if you're talking about me. Is there a ship? There is a ship here. I don't know why it's loading so slowly. I gotta up my normal render distance. That'll help a little bit. That'll make it slightly more laggy. Still above 60 FPS while multi-streaming though, so that's pretty good. I'm trying to 100% Minecraft. No, I'm not. And the Elytras are for a project I'm working on. They are both backups for the one I'm wearing that has protection 3, but also they are going to be used for aesthetics in a build, primarily. Okay, I think we're getting pretty close. What time is it for me? Okay. We are getting pretty close to where I will want to go back to my base and give you guys a little update on progress there. So we may Let's see how many Elytras I still need to fix to finish this last shulker. So maybe we'll call that shulker the end of the Elytra hunting for today. But I never tried. So if you take an understacked item and try to craft with it, I'm pretty sure it would just break the understacked nature of it, and I'm pretty sure it would just turn into a normal item. But I never tried it. Maybe you could test it out. I need 8 more Elytras to finish this off. Do I think it's possible to get protection 5 or higher on Elytra? 100%. I know a way to do it. It's just it's not possible before the version I'm already in. I couldn't have done it up to this point in this project, so I'm going to be doing it later. Can I make netherite armor? Yes, but I'll explain why I'm still wearing diamond later. I could have already made this into netherite if I'd wanted to, but for the purposes of the project I'm working on, I have to keep it as diamond for at least a little bit longer. Do you know you can put Pro 3 on Elytra using glitches? Yeah, I think I do know that. I might have been the one who actually told everyone how to do it. What versions does understacking work then? I've confirmed like certain 1.4 versions, but if you go to the Minecraft Discontinued Features wiki and you just look up understacking, it'll give you a full list of all the different versions that allow understacking to work properly. So it knows better than I do. I've only really tested it in 1.4 and 1.4 snapshots. What's the point of understacked items? I mean, it was for XP. It was for duping at one point. But so it literally is just duping. That's the only purpose. Explicitly the only purpose of understacking. Also, hi Pipe Sario. Sorry I didn't say hi. I was distracted. All right. We're kind of a dead zone right now. Everything is pretty far away that seems to have some potential for Elytras. So we're probably just going to go over there. Whew, man. Pretty productive, though. Wow. What is it, like? Am I going to have 3 shulkers at the end of this? I forget what I currently have in my ender chest. I know I have 1. I need to get more rockets, too. How are you running the end cities from so far away? I am using a mod called Distant Horizons. You can see the name right there. It basically, you know how in most modern games, or even in a lot of older games, they have systems where the farther away things become, the more pixelated they are rendered, so that you can render in things from far away, and they still look detailed, but if you zoom in, it's pretty messed up looking, right? So that kind of rendering system isn't in Minecraft for some reason, at least not natively, right? So what they did is this mod just adds it into Minecraft, so you can see things from farther away, but if you look too closely, it looks really, really ridiculous, right? So that's there's a ship right here. So that's how this works basically. Feather falling is there. I'm not sure what you mean. I don't actually need feather falling on this armor though, because Prot 12 does its job, but I could add it. How is going back in versions risky for a world if you have backups before downgrading? So, if you have backups before downgrading, it's not risky to the world at all. The problem is that, like, let's say you're going back for a project like Notch Armor that takes 30, 40 hours to complete, potentially, depending on how you're doing it and how insane you're going. If you're getting, you know, if you're doing it like me, it might take even longer. If you do all of that, and then you finish the whole thing, and then you realize when you update that you've experienced a ton of world corruption, you've wasted 40 to 50 hours of your life and corrupted your world and been like, okay, well, I guess I have to revert to my backup, but now I don't have all the armor. And so it's just like, you might as well play it safe, get all this stuff legitimately in another world, and then just MCA select it over. But I mean, not everyone feels the same way as I do. I've just been converted to MCA selector. We're actually running pretty low on gunpowder anyway. I probably wouldn't be able to stay too much longer regardless. Hey! I actually don't want to break that right now. I don't want it to just fall. What would I add to Minecraft? Ooh, I was talking to somebody about this recently, but I forget what it is. Oh, I think I was talking to people about... the Blast Furnace. Blast Furnace and Smokers. What was I talking about? There was something very specific that I thought would be nice to add. Huh. Now I'm forgetting. Dang. I think I was talking about how, like, you know how the Stonecutter makes it slightly cheaper? This is what I'd add. I am really frustrated oftentimes, so I just ran out of raw. Oh no, I have more. We're good. I'm really frustrated sometimes by the fact that you can't smelt a whole block of a raw ore. Like if you take raw iron and you craft 9 of them into a raw iron block, you can't smelt that, and I think that's stupid. Like, why not be able to smelt that? You can save, you know, fit a lot more ore into one spot. Obviously, it would smelt more slowly, but why not add that functionality? I think it's kind of dumb. That, like, if you put raw iron into a furnace, it doesn't smelt. It's stupid. Like, why should I have to break it down into smaller pieces for it to be smelted? I just feel like that's lame. I think it'd be cool if they made it, and I understand, like, maybe they don't want the furnace to do that. What if, but, like, for example, the Stonecutter has some functionality where it makes certain crafting faster, right? For stone, stairs, walls, any stone variant, even deep slate, it makes a lot of crafts faster. What if they made it so that the blast furnace specifically could smelt raw iron blocks or raw gold blocks or whatever, or raw copper blocks even? I would love that. That's something I would 100% add. 100% I would add that. Oh, Phil, what's up? How many elytras do I already have? This is about to be my 13th shulker, I believe. So, 13 times 27. Someone can do that math, I guess. I don't want to. Well, that was a clean entry right there. Yeah, I would even accept it to be for it being slower. You know, obviously, like totally. Like I understand, like if they want to do it that way. I just think that's convenient, frankly. And yeah, I feel bad for Bedrock players without version hopping too. There are ways to do it, like, but you can't. You have to use external software to version hop in Bedrock, which is what I had to do for my Fortune 5 video. I had to version hop in Bedrock, and it was not user friendly in the slightest. Oops, that's awkward. I want my beefy elytra on. Okay, this is actually something that's a good question. Where Daddy Mundo, you were asking about it. So, I'm basically, you take the nether save, like, so every dimension has a different folder, right? So, and I'm not an expert on this, I've never done it, but every dimension has a different folder for a given world. So what you do is you take the nether folder for, you know, a world you're trying to take items from, and you substitute it for the nether folder that already exists in the world you're trying to take it to, right? So then, like, let's say I have notch armor in this world and I want to bring it to another one. I'd put the items in the nether, copy the nether folder, bring that nether folder into the world saves file for the world I'm trying to transfer them to. Then I'd go there in game, grab the items, and then I'd swap the nether folders again, so I have my original nether folder. Each nether folder is in its own world again, right? That's generally how it's done. I don't know what software people use, or if they just use like an NBT Explorer or something, or if they just do it manually in File Explorer. I'm not familiar, but that's how people do it, if I understand correctly. But like I said, take it with a grain of salt. I've never done it. I'm sure there's videos online where people explain it better. Maybe, again, definitely look into it. It may just sound easy because I don't know what I'm talking about. So definitely worth looking into. Don't just trust me. I'm a very trustworthy news source. So yeah, for that you wouldn't have to use MCA selector. I don't think. No. Oh, another ship. We're good. We're good. Okay, good. Yeah. I hate being responsible for people losing items, and like a lot of the time I feel bad. People watch my videos and then don't follow my instructions, and so like stuff that's like bad stuff happens, and I'm like, did you follow the instructions? And they're like, no, I thought those were suggestions, and I'm like, why? Anyway, so it's unfortunate. So yeah, I try to avoid being responsible. Plausible deniability. It's all about that plausible deniability. Clutch builder. Oh, you use it for duping dragon eggs, essentially? That's interesting. And I feel like there are way simpler ways to dupe dragon eggs, but I mean, that's just duping with extra steps, wouldn't you say? I mean, you're just taking dragon egg from another world and bringing it into yours. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you'd call that. Frankly, I actually hate it when I say things like X with extra steps is just kind of silly. So I take it back. Do what you want. Let's see. Yeah, reading instructions is very hard, Clutch. Very, very hard. But yeah, it's understandable though. A lot of these things are confusing. The names are weird. It's not like impossible to get things wrong. I've screwed it up before. But I've done the process so many times at this point that it's pretty second nature. Pretty good at reading, if you do say so yourself, huh? I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. And again, this is kind of why dealing with the 26 plus versions is really difficult, because they've reformatted everything. It's just very inconvenient dealing with it. Another reason why I suggest MCA Selector all the time. Because it just sucks, man. It's just terrible. I mean, the changes they made in terms of file structure and organization, they make sense. It's just a little frustrating. Okay. Are there Endermen in my world? Yeah, 100%. I mean, down there. Like, you can look. There's Endermen down there. They just don't always come onto the boat. You're looking to Prot 12 Elytras? Go for it. Okay, let's see. Oops. I actually used this one a tiny bit. It's my bad. Alright. That's done. Wait. Oh, you teleported in here? No, you didn't. It's just coming from in here. Okay. Getting every Elytra, getting every Shulker box and Dragon Head. I am getting every Dragon Head, that's for sure. Let's see. Okay, that's our third Shulker, and we're going to call it good. We're going to find ourselves a gateway. I need to lower my render distance, though, if I want to find them. Okay, let's see. Almost 100,000 blocks out. This is pretty far. I don't know if I've come out farther than this before. This may be the farthest I've ever come. Oh, here we go. Almost immediately. There we go. Alright. Alright. A very, very productive outing, I must say. Alright. Sick. It's actually really awesome looking at the entire, you know, inner void here with the end island. Seeing all of it. It's sick. I love that. Okay. Let's toss that out. Don't want it. Here we go. All right. Ignore this. Okay, we're going to go over here. Oh, forgot to do one thing. Turn that off. Don't want it loading chunks right now. Well, of course Google's going to tell you using cheats. Google doesn't know what it's talking about. You can never trust Google for anything. Go into my house. All right. Bam. Yeah, Google knows nothing. Google's a fool. Alrighty. Interesting. Better than Notch Armor without using April Fool's versions? No. 0. Unfortunately. Okay. Ignore the pork on the ground and the pigs falling from the ceiling. It's fine. It's fine. Put all these away. Have end rings been removed in the version you're playing? No. How far out are they, though? They're like millions of blocks out, aren't they? I feel like that's, I mean, it's something like that, right? I forget exactly how far out you need to be to see those. Okay, let's place these down. First, we'll grab our diamonds. Not a bad haul. Is there a way of getting command block in survival aside from the A or B snapshot? What are you asking? Like a command block that you can try to place, or a command block to like get as an item, or what are you asking? I mean, there's 1.12. Obviously, there's like falling block. There we go. That's the one I was looking for. There's that. Let's get the gold. Sick. Well, okay, whatever. That's fine. Block of gold. Very nice. Plop that in there. 140k Alvo. Interesting. Oh, that was almost there. That actually would have been sick. Would have loved to see that. Too bad. I guess I'll get out there again. 3 step. Are they really only that? Are you implying that they're 328 blocks across? Like the void is only 300 blocks wide? That sounds small to me. I feel like that's understating how big they are. Or am I just stupid? I don't know. I mean, I'm obviously stupid. Let's not pretend. But I may not be stupid in this specific area. There's no way to place command blocks. Brother. The doubt. The doubt. People don't trust I know things. Oh. Oops. I guess me acting like an idiot probably doesn't help people trust that I know things. But let's just say I know things, okay? 100k wide, I think. Okay, then those numbers they said earlier they made no sense. Okay. Let's grab that. Why does it look so... It looks... Okay, this does not look huge in my hand at all. But then up here, it's like ginormous for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, here we go. Not bad. Not bad at all. One of these had my... Oh, I brought my emeralds over there. That's what I did. Looking good. Looking good. Slap those up there. There's no way that's all I got. Oh, wait, no. I have more here. We're good. Okay. Can you place any block in the one block at a time snapshot? Pretty sure you can get a placed command block. Yes, but you'd have to actually bring the world function, like, you know, actually itself over. Most people just get it as an item and then put it in an item frame. That's just so it's most popular for, in that version specifically, for just obtaining the item. But I think technically you can place it. Yes. Okay. Now, these I'll just leave here for the time being. I got a lot of diamond ore. That's still... I need 26,000 diamonds, so this is like 1/5 of what I need just by itself here. Interesting, clutch builder. Good to know. Is there a way that where you can use? Good question, user. You'll have to be a bit more specific, though. J4N, let's see. Interesting. Clutch builder, hit me up with those thoughts. Curious what you thought of for Prot 12 armor. By the way, we're going to show you guys the pig farm. Just because, unless I can't physically get up here for some reason, which is awesome. Actually, here, we'll do a little show and tell. So these are mob spawners, obviously. They're pig spawners. I obtained all of them in beta 1.9 pre-4. It took about 100 hours of painstaking grinding while you could mine them in versions with Silk Touch. Like, basically, Silk Touch was buggy in some versions and allowed you to pick up spawners. And the spawners weren't designed to be picked up, and so when you place them down, they revert to the base mob, like the default mob in the game's file. And that's pigs. So if you place them down in the right version, you get a ton of pig spawners. This is a pig spawner minecart. You can ignore it. It's fine. But so this is a very old clock I built in versions before normal clocks were available. But we'll just wait here for 10 seconds or so. Let it run, do its thing. I don't have a collection system yet, just in advance. I built the farm in versions before yawning. I built the farm in versions before hoppers were added, and so I couldn't really build an automatic collection system. I could now, but I've been distracted by, like, you know, getting elytras and stuff, so. Let's see. Okay, yeah, let me know if it works. I don't know if you're in the Discord, Clutch Builder, but if you totally should join it. Let's go ahead and turn this off, and we'll go see. Bam. So basically, they spawn on these grass platforms. They get pushed off every couple seconds by the pistons, and they fall to their deaths into what eventually will be a collection system, but for now is just the ground. So I've tested the rates. It's around 200,000 to 300,000 pork chops an hour, which is pretty competitive overall. It doesn't beat the best theoretical pork chop farms, but since it uses pigs, it's the best pig farm. So I take the W's. The link, Clutch Builder, the link should be at the bottom of my stream. Like if you look down and scroll down a little bit, it should be down there. I have it linked in my profile, so it usually has it beneath. But also you should connect it to a smeltery. See, the thing is, though, is like I could do that, or I could do what I kind of been primarily planning, which is just like spamming, selling them to villagers, and getting... Whoa, that was some lag. My goodness, did you see that? What's my FPS right now? 96. You know what? I'm gonna lower my render distance a little bit. That was strange. Okay. The game just wasn't ready for me to make so much money. But anyway, so I can get a lot of emeralds from these guys pretty quick, and I haven't even cured these guys. But it's pretty good for fixing my items. It's good for, you know, getting emeralds to buy stuff that I need. All around, pretty good stuff. And you can't sell them when they're cooked. So, it's a bit more convenient. Let's see. Understacking hasn't... Yeah, use an auto-clicker. That would be my tip. I never really had too hard of a time with it. So, I did do the right thing here, right? What? That's why. What did I... Okay, well that's been loading some chunks. That's why it was being weird. So, great. Now I just loaded in those mountains. That's why it was being so slow, is the game just started loading in a bunch of mountains over here. So I just loaded in... Like, look how far away that outpost is. I was loading in all this stuff without realizing it. I thought I turned it off, but I guess I didn't. That's so disappointing. But it's okay. I was going to load those in later anyway. But dang, that's funny. I was like kind of concerned about the lag there, but at least now I know what it was. Where's my emeralds? There they are. Okay, now real quick, we'll do... So this is the notch armor component wall here, but this run around, rather than just get, you know, notched diamond armor and, you know, notched diamond tools, right? I'm also getting notched wooden tools, getting notched stone tools, chain armor, iron tools, and gold tools, all of it, right? So it's 50 notch items altogether. So all that, it took a ton of work. And then on top of that, the plan is, and this is what I have down here, is to get every single type of notch armor with every single trim and color. So all of these will be notch armor sets. And I'll be making 160 plus sets of notch armor. Well, actually, I'll be making 270 sets of notch armor because that's what fits here. All for every single material type. And then I'll be trimming all of them up, which is pretty fun. Yeah, I use OP AutoClicker, Manure. What are good gaming PCs for Minecraft? Basically, any PC works if you have, like, I mean, so long as it's, you know, not 15 years old, almost any PC is going to work so long as you have the optimization mods you need. Sub Zenith. Favorite food in Minecraft? Steak, 100%. I have some somewhere. Yep. Special occasions. I have some special steak over here that can't be burned. Some that never runs out. You got the fire aspect that's got a good char on the outside. The whole spread. You know, I got some fun stuff. But yeah, anyway, so the whole project I've been working on has been the service of getting every trimming color of notch armor, as well as getting every notchable item. So literally everything that can be notched is getting notched. So, you know, all this stuff. So, yeah, and the fishing rod too, which is so useful you wouldn't believe. Anyway, but yeah, we'll go check out some of the other stuff I've got going on over here real quick before we end stream. I'm pretty close to running out of time, I think. But this is an ocean monument that decided... So there used to be a mountain right here in these chunks, but in 1.8 there's a bug where... Well, actually, I think it's intended, potentially. I don't even know if it's really a bug, but where depending on how long you've been in certain chunks, ocean monuments have a chance to spawn in, even if the chunk has already been generated, right? So this mountain just became an ocean monument, and I was just chilling, with my tree farm. I was in my house, and I'd hear these guys freaking out about squids and making tons of noise and being super annoying. Property value was going down, couldn't sleep, the neighbors were too loud anyway, so I had to drain it. So I drained that for no reason but for noise. I might use it for a farm later, but I'm not planning on it right now. And then what else we got? What snapshot is the 1.14 April Fool snapshot? 3D shareware. Also, J4N, would I add any game-changing mod? No, not really. Did I get a new mic? No, but I do think that my OBS does a better job at capturing my audio than the recording software I use that's just voice. So maybe I'll have to look into a new audio recording software. Yasuke, how often am I live? It's been 2 months since my last live, to be completely honest with you. I want to start doing it again, but to be fair, a lot of the stuff that I do is kind of secret. So I'm not always able to stream the whole thing, unfortunately. But that's just kind of the way it goes when you are coming up with cool stuff and you want to kind of keep it on the DL. So, is there a way to access creative mode in survival like using command block without cheats? 100%. I'm doing that later, but not later today. Later is in like next video after this one. What else have I missed here? No, we're good. Okay. Other things we've got here. We got all the petrified oak slabs. We've got, a lot of petrified oak slabs. I got enough to make a full double chest of shulkers of petrified oak slabs for some reason. I don't know what was driving me to do that, because I'm never going to use them for anything, but there's 90,000 plus in there, so... Yeah, the clouds do look cool. They're kind of multi-layered because there's normal vanilla clouds, and then there's also the distant horizon clouds, and both of them together makes it look really awesome. I'm actually a fan of that. Woo! Also, this is a very small thing, but this is my half door. I got it on accident, but it's very cool. Let's see. Petrified oak slab. Oh, I'll demonstrate. It's very simple. Here, we'll go ahead and just grab some. So if you place them on the ground, they look like normal wood slabs, but the problem is they don't really get mined with the axe because they get mined with a pickaxe, because they're not actually wood anymore. It's wood that's been petrified. So basically, if you get wooden slabs in the right early version, before 1.2.5, I believe, the game will convert it into petrified oak down the line. So okay, I'd go show you this, but there's a creeper on it, and I don't want it to blow up my stuff. But there are about 128 mob spawner minecarts over here that I just have in reserve as backups. So that's fun. Okay, got some more spawners right here, obviously. Going to the nether real quick. Got some really messed up nether portal going on. This I didn't do on purpose. Brother, could you just let me do my stream? I don't come to your house and... no, I do come to your house and bug you, actually. Never mind. But anyway, yeah, I did these on accident. Don't really know why they happened or how they happened. But pretty cool stuff. And then you also, obviously, got water in the nether. These are pretty nice. They work normally. I could get a... If I, drain this, I could just get another one. And it's fine. Super cool. Let's see. You end up getting killer bunnies. I decided against it. I'm gonna get them later, so it'll be simpler for me. You have to look really, really hard to find them spawning naturally, and I just was not interested. Teddy Mundo, what difficulty should I use in the snapshot? Hello, Newville. I mean, yeah, if you want to make it easy on yourself, yeah. By default, there isn't really a hardcore mode. I had to use a mod to add hardcore back. Also, I have a lot of villagers in the nether right now, because these guys all used to be zombie pigmen. So like there I've got some here, got some here, got some over there. I got another one there. Got another one here. I got some that aren't in cobblestone right now, like this guy. Right. Oh, he's too far away to see. Ah. Okay, I'm trying to stream. See, why don't you guys should get mad at him for that, jerks. right here, I've got another villager just kind of chilling. But yeah, these guys used to all be zombie pigmen. And there's a version where zombie pigmen were they were accidentally given a tag that allowed them to be converted like zombie villagers are. So all those villagers that I have in the nether right now were once zombie pigmen that I cured, which is pretty sick. Yeah, vlog with Ryan Paul. It was, in fact, very... It's a terrible process. Let's see. Give me 1 second. I'm going to mute. You're all liars. You're all liars. Trying to convince me I didn't mute. It's like the opposite of what people used to do to Technoblade. Just mistaking your mics unmuted. It's not as catchy, is it? Not as interesting. Okay, I guess while we have the rain, it'd be easy to show you my drowned farm real quick, because that's something I just barely did. So maybe we'll grab their trident out and swing over there really quick. This will be fun. I'm curious if it's like fully loaded in, like I'll just be able to see it from here. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's the top of it right there. That's crazy that you can see it from here. All right. Man, it makes the world feel so small when you do this. Oh my gosh, that is look at the water there. That's the farm, but it's rendered in like it's stupid. Okay, it's not protection 12, but it's protection 4. Protection 4 on what? Clutch Builder. Is there any dupe methods in the latest version if Minecraft doesn't require crashing game? Most dupe methods that are modern require crashing the game to some degree, honestly. Here we go. Oh my gosh, it is not loading in. There we go. Thank you for rendering and whatnot. Awesome. Okay, this is the drowned farm. I've been using it to get the tridents that I need for this project. Well, that's convenient. It stopped raining right when I got here. Should get up into the kill area real quick. Ah, I'm falling. Wait. Oh, the door's right there. Ah, I'm failing. No. Wait. I'm on the right side. Oh, there we go. There we go. Here it is. There we go. Alright, now we just come in here. Very nice. I spent probably 8 hours trying to get 2 tridents. Ended up getting 2 finally. And then one of them I accidentally blew up. And so I was just like, no, that's it. I'm not doing that manually anymore. Yeah, hey, Clutch Builder, you can only do that in creative. You have to test it in survival. Oh, I got another one. Nice. Yeah, try it in survival. Yeah, it won't work. You can't enchant the Elytra with a level 5 enchant in 18W21A without cheats, unfortunately. Or without, you know, creative mode being turned on. Falaskin, this is a very good example of why you get auto-modded in the Discord all the time. You can not do that in survival. That's one sentence, bro. Just send it as one sentence. You won't get modded anymore. If you go, Taddymunda, if you go to my video where I did Prot 12, there's a link in the description to a Prism instance that has a mod that fixes the graininess. So, makes it much more playable. That's why mine looks so good. Yeah, you accidentally pressed enter after every word. Yeah. I believe you. I believe you 100%. There's no part of me who doesn't believe you when you say that. All right, well, that's fun. I'm out of here now. It's crazy how Distant Horizons makes it so you can see beacon beams from this far away, because that's just straight up my base. Can you understack blocks? Absolutely you can. It's got to catch up with the rendering. It's still looking pretty stupid over here. There we go. Mr. Le Mans, or Mr. Le Mans. I don't know if he's French. You can have understack blocks, yes. Though, I think if you placed it, it wouldn't work the same way. You could toss it out of your inventory and like make infinite copies of the same block this way. But if you place it, I don't think it would work. I think it would just, you know, place the block. But if you understack it and then just toss them out into a hopper or something and collect them, yeah, absolutely. Well, anyway, I think I'm going to... Well, those bamboo look so stupid from here. You can understack blocks. Yes, that's what I said. Anyway, I'm trying to think. There's one more thing worth showing. We'll go over here. This is where the world spawn is. You got it, Puffs. I believe in you. Also, welcome in, Leo. For the Armor Trims project, you mentioned that wasn't there a way to make every ore drop the maximum amount? I mean, there's RNG manipulation, but I'm not familiar with a way to do it in modern versions that, you know, that is legit. So, anyway, these pillars right here are actually, these are from Beta 1.9 Pre-3, and they were only added because Jeb was having so much trouble figuring out where the strongholds were in testing that he just made giant glass pillars spawn above them. So, if we go ahead and swim down here... Oh, you know what? That's a bad idea. I will not use my trident here. So this is obviously the portal room here. It's full of monsters. You can tell there's been some stuff going on here for a while. I took most of the blocks here to make my house, so that's why it's empty. But yeah, I lit this whole thing up trying to go to the end, and because you can see that this is oriented this way, but then this one's oriented this way, there's something with how end portal frames update from very early versions where the orientation of the portal frames gets messed up, which can make it so the portal won't light even if you light everything up. Very unfortunate, but it does mean that this portal is unusable, which is unfortunate. I lit the whole thing up. I was like, let's go, and it was pointless. So that sucks. But yeah, so rather unfortunate. Anyway, we're gonna head out. But yeah, so this is I really like the glass pillars. I think they're super fun. And I've got actually one more set of glass pillars right there. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I really am I've got a hankering to show you guys. And I think I've gone through the majority of it, honestly. But so we may just head back and end stream here. Yeah, Bedrock would have those problems for sure. What's the best place to get mods or resource packs? Modrinth is great. CurseForge works. There are a lot of them. A lot of people hate Modrinth and a lot of people hate CurseForge. There's like they have like clans of people who are, you know, who group together in either defense or attack of certain sites. So it's an impossible question to tell you what's the best, but Modrinth is a great one in my opinion. CurseForge also works, you know. Prism does come with a lot of stuff like that. Also, Lunar Client, I believe, has a lot of mods in it too. Well, I don't know if understacking works in 1.8. Nerd, have you checked if it works in 1.8 online? Because I never tried it there. All right. Well, yeah. So we're looking good. But anyway, so yeah, pig farm, awesome, and you know, we're in the process of getting all the diamonds we need for all the trims we're gonna get because we need to duplicate a ton of them. We're obviously getting ourselves all the Elytras we need. Speaking of which, I should unload the ones we got today real quick. That's the last thing we do. Grab these out. Bing, bang, boom. Alrighty. I think this one is already full. Alright, very close to, that is 5 double chests plus 1, so that's 12 shulkers, 13 shulkers, almost 14 shulkers actually. So I have more than I thought. That's pretty good. That's literally almost exactly half. That's pretty great. Is there a way to stack them and drop them individually? I don't think so. Anyway, yeah, obviously, as you can tell, I've used up a good amount of these end portal frames. It was literally just because after failing to use the end portal that I had in the stronghold over there, I just built one here. I was like, that's it. I don't care. I just put one in my base. But anyway, last thing, Puffs, what's the coolest armor set with the trims you think? I'm a huge fan of the amethyst color on with any trim on netherite. It looks awesome. But anyway, I think we're going to call it here, guys. It was super fun doing this with you guys after, you know, a 2-month hiatus from doing any kind of streaming, which, you know, is unfortunate, but it's just kind of a reality of school and all the other stuff I do. Plus everything being so secret all the time, unfortunately. Like, if I was doing stuff that was not unique or, you know, whatever, I'd stream more for sure. But anyway, I'm going to hop off, but it was super great having you. Hope you guys have a good day. Bye.